Hello, everybody. I'm Mike Leahy, Natural Community Ecologist with the Missouri Department of Conservation. I'd like to share with you a bit about our Natural Areas program here in the Show Me State. Here we see the fall colors in Rhyolite Glades at St. Francis Mountains Natural Area. Missouri State Natural Areas program was created in 1977 by agency policies in an interagency agreement between the Missouri Department of Conservation and our sister agency, the Department of Natural Resources. The Jack in the Pulpit is our program's logo. Since then, the interagency program has expanded to include the Mark Twain National Forest, the Ozark National Scenic Riverways, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service Missouri Ecological Services Branch, and the Missouri chapter of the Nature Conservancy. Natural area designation is by agency policy and unfortunately does not include legal articles of dedication. Currently, there are 192 sites in 77 counties, totaling 98,000 acres that are designated Missouri natural areas. Of this acreage, 42% is owned by my agency, the Conservation Department, 27% by Missouri State Parks, 14% on the Mark Twain National Forest, 9% on Mingo National Wildlife Refuge, and the remainder is on other entities such as NGOs. Number of staff and volunteers is a difficult question since multiple agencies and NGOs own and manage designated natural areas in Missouri. Within my agency, myself and 8 regional natural history biologists have the primary responsibility of oversight of our designated natural areas. But the actual management of these areas and conservation permanent lands is conducted by teams of regional staff, including foresters, wildlife biologists, and sometimes fisheries biologists. Missouri, like many states, spans multiple ecoregions. These range from dry lessil prairies in the northwest to cypress tupelo swamps in the southeast. We have some of the largest tallgrass prairies remaining in the east of the U.S., east of the Flint Hills, and some of the most diverse, such as here at Golden Prairie Natural Area. In the Missouri Ozarks, we have many outstanding examples of calcareous glades and open oak woodlands on designated natural areas. One of our recent program wins has occurred at Alley Spring Natural Area. In 2007, this 795-acre area was designated on lands owned by both the Conservation Department and the National Scenic Riverways, owned and managed by the Park Service. This spring, shown here, Alley is the 7th largest in Missouri and discharges an amazing 81 million gallons of water in a day. It exemplifies the karst landscape in the Missouri Ozarks. On the dry and rocky hillsides above the spring and the surrounding hills occur fire-adapted communities of dome-like glades and pine oak woodlands. Over the past 11 years, Park Service staff and AmeriCorps volunteers have thinned these glades of their native but invasive eastern red cedar, and in cooperation with the Conservation Department have conducted multiple prescribed burns. The next photo, taken in the same spot shown here, reveals the restoration effort. At this burn unit, our monitoring data show 110% increase in the species richness of native wildflowers and native grasses following the fire management. 2 months after the most recent burn in March of this year, park staff discovered a previously undocumented population of wild dill, Perideridia americana, a state-listed rare species in the restoration unit. One of our program challenges to the ecological integrity of many of our sensitive Ozark isolated wetlands, including fens and sinkhole ponds, has been the deliberate introduction of domestic and hybrid swine into the wild for sport hunting over the past 20 years. This has resulted in a burgeoning feral hog population in some of our more wild and rugged landscapes that often have multiple natural areas. Damage includes rooting, wallowing, and essentially rototilling sensitive habitats as seen in these photos. In response to this, the Missouri Feral Hog Elimination Partnership was created in 2015. This partnership represents several government agencies along with agricultural and outdoor groups with the intent to eliminate the hogs from our state. The funding and staff in the partnership work with the USDA APHIS agency to trap and eliminate feral hogs on both public and private lands. And in addition, regulation changes and increased enforcement efforts have begun. Finally, this year, we are beginning to see the number of feral hogs actually captured in cage traps start to decline. Contact information is shown here, including our webpage. And we thank you.